It is late. Your phone is glowing in bed, and you are staring at the thing you once wanted, the job, the relationship, the body, the number that was supposed to make you finally exhale. For about 3 days, it worked. Then, happiness quietly packed a tiny suitcase and left through the side door. This is the part nobody tells you. Your brain is not built to keep you happy. It is built to keep checking for danger, checking your place in the group, checking whether the next thing might save you. So, the moment you get what you wanted, your brain updates the furniture. The miracle becomes the room becomes normal, and normal becomes invisible. That is hedonic adaptation. Not because you are ungrateful, because your brain is a very dramatic smoke alarm. It does not care that the kitchen is beautiful. It only wants to know if anything is burning. Then, social media makes it worse. Your life stops feeling like a life. It turns into a scoreboard. Someone is richer. Someone is loved louder. Someone has better lighting in their kitchen. And suddenly your own good news looks smaller. So maybe happiness is not a fireworks show? Maybe it is the moment the alarm gets quiet. A safe room, a small cup of water, one honest person beside you, and enough freedom to stop performing for a room that is not even there. There's a name for this strange disappearing act. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. It means your mind is very good at getting used to good things, not because you are spoiled. Because getting used to things is how the brain saves energy. The new job becomes your job. The new body becomes your body. The new number becomes the number you now expect to see. It is like the first bite of something you have been craving. The first bite is bright. The 8th bite is food. Your brain is a baseline machine. It takes the miracle and asks how to make it normal enough to stop paying attention. Then, almost immediately, it looks around for the next problem. Because a brain that only stared at joy would not have kept your ancestors alive. The second reason happiness fades is that we are bad at predicting ourselves. We think we are imagining the future. Most of the time, we are imagining a movie trailer. You imagine the promotion. You do not imagine the inbox that comes with it. You imagine being chosen. You do not imagine the random Tuesday when their message sounds a little colder. You imagine finally liking how you look. You do not imagine your brain quietly finding a smaller flaw to obsess over. The fantasy edits out maintenance. It shows you the key. It does not show you the dishes in the sink. So when the future arrives, it feels strangely unfair. You did not get a new nervous system. You got the same nervous system carrying a nicer backpack. The third reason is deeper. Your brain is not a happiness machine. It is a survival machine that sometimes lets happiness pass through. To the brain, peace is not a final destination. Peace is a quiet moment between scans. What changed at work? Who seems distant? What is wrong with my body today? A tiny risk gets a whole courtroom. One look, one silence, one number that did not move enough. Joy is quiet. Threat is loud. That is not a personality flaw. That is a nervous system trying to do its old job. And then modern life makes this worse. It puts a scoreboard in your pocket. Before you can feel proud, your phone can show you someone who did it earlier, or cleaner, or younger, or with better lighting. The mind does not say, I am moving. It says, why are they ahead? Comparison does not just make you want more. It makes your own life feel smaller while you are standing inside it. The finish line stops moving forward. It starts moving sideways. Now your happiness depends on people you have never met. This is why social comparison can make a good life feel like evidence against you. Your room gets crowded by other people's rooms. Every photo becomes a case file. Every achievement becomes a receipt. Every quiet day becomes suspicious. So here is the reframe. Maybe happiness is not the constant feeling that life is amazing. Maybe it is the quiet sense that life is not attacking you. Not fireworks, not a permanent high, not waking up every day grateful in a way that looks good on camera. More like less inner war, less courtroom, less begging the future to prove you are allowed to exist. Happiness, at its deepest, often feels like the body unclenching, the shoulder lowering, the room getting wider. This is why peace can feel boring at first. If your body learned intensity as love, quiet can feel like nothing is happening. But boring is not always empty. Sometimes boring is what safety feels like before your nervous system learns the language. A nervous system trained by drama will keep checking the door, even when nobody is coming in. So the goal is not to feel excited forever. The goal is to stop making every breath prove something. When psychologists study well-being, the deeper sources keep returning. Meaning, connection, autonomy. Meaning is not always a grand purpose. Sometimes it is doing one thing that still matters after the applause fades. Connection is not being admired by everyone. It is being known by someone without performing the whole time. Autonomy is not doing whatever you want every second. It is feeling that your life is being chosen from the inside. A happy life does not need every day to become a highlight. Some days are allowed to be quiet and still count. The dishes did not disappear, but now they are not evidence that you chose wrong. They are just dishes. Connection can be one honest sentence, and the other person does not run. Autonomy can be tiny. Turning the phone over, choosing not to audition for peace for the next 5 minutes. Let the goal be a door, not a verdict. A door can open into a life. A verdict decides whether you are enough. So if you want one practical question, use this. What am I asking this goal to prove? If the answer is, I am lovable, I am not behind, I can finally rest, then the goal has become too heavy. Make it smaller again. Let money be money. Let beauty be beauty. Let love be love. Do not make any of them your permission slip to stop hating yourself. They cannot hold that much weight. And when a win fades, do not immediately accuse yourself of being broken. Ask what your nervous system was hoping the win would finally silence. Then look for what remains when nobody claps. The work you still respect. The person you can be quiet with. Look for the small signs of safety. A cup of water. A breath that reaches the bottom of your chest. A text you do not have to decode like a crime scene. A conversation where you do not leave your body to be liked. A window open. A room that does not demand a performance. A day that does not need to become proof. This is not settling. This is taking your nervous system out of the courtroom. Now, go back to the beginning. You are in the room again. The job may still matter. The apartment may still matter. The body, the relationship, the number. They can all still matter. But they do not have to rescue you from being you. They do not have to prove your life is allowed to be here. Happiness is not the finish line. Finally holding still. The finish line will move. The brain will adapt. But you can learn not to chase it every time it moves. You can put down the scoreboard before it becomes your whole sky.